Hey family, this is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation show. I just came on to share this, right? Now, the other day, I did an Alfred plea. That was Monday. I did an Alfred plea. Basically, what I did, I'm not saying I was guilty of anything, but the way it was, I'm just saying that I don't know if the prosecutor might have something that they might could find me guilty of, which I know they don't. I already know all that. But I just agreed to it to throw that thing away. Right? Now, check this out. I just came from parole and probation because I had to sign up for parole and probation. Do y'all know I received a phone call? I was told by the judge to go and get that home monitor off my leg before I go to parole and probation. Do you know I received a phone call today saying that I have to come back up to ASAP and get back on the home monitor for another 2 years, which is supposed to actually been time served and all of that? Now, I'm saying this with y'all because I want y'all to see how our judicial system likes to screw us. Now, mind y'all, I was charged with home invasion, burglary, armed robbery, assault, and all this type of stuff on my own clients. Then the client that they trying to say I assaulted is considered as my nephew. His niece, his aunt is like a niece to me. So when she asked me to help him, and the whole goal of me saying is, what do I look like trying to hurt somebody? And I don't do that when you come into my housing program. I don't rob people. I don't take people money. I don't take their cards. I don't do all of that. It's about being independent and learning to restructure your life. So I don't have no reason to want to fight nobody or argue with nobody or rob nobody when basically I'm helping you to regain a life. Now, I'm going to do this because I'm getting sick and tired. Carl Shipley, you wrote those charges, bro. Officer Carl Shipley, you wrote those fake, phony charges. Jacqueline Felon, detective. Jacqueline Felon, you the one put them extra charges on there to get me indicted. I was trying to push that stuff behind me and move on with my life. See, the courts don't really know the truth. I know everything that happened. I know everything that happened. And Carl Shipley did what he did. Officer Carl Shipley got mad with me because I reported him to his supervisor for giving Dre permission to knock down my back door twice. Now y'all want to get to the nitty-gritty of what's going on? You did that mess, Carl Shipley, and you know that both of them was my transitional houses. You know that, bro. And I'm real disappointed because the prosecutor don't know the truth. The judge don't really know the truth. They can only go off of this fake, phony bull junk. And my goal was actually to leave it alone. That's why I did the plea. Now I go up there to come off of the box, off of ASAP box, considered with time served. But then on my paper, you going to go back, and I'm talking about the state's attorney. You got there going, woman, I want you now, I want us to go to court. I want us to go to court. I want you to prove your case. I want to go to court. And I told my lawyer, what the freak I look like? I feel like somebody is trying to stop me. They trying to block me from doing what I do as a person that tried to help our city. And it's really sad. You send me to parole and probation. So I'm on parole and probation, and then you're going to turn around and put me back on the home monitor. So basically what you're saying, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of something I didn't even do. And she was so lost with her case in the court. I've never seen nothing so sloppy before in my life with the prosecutor. I've never seen nothing so sloppy. And y'all know how I get when I run off at my mouth. And the sad part about it, I wished I wasn't seeing this bull junk, because I see how the judicial system play the people. Now, to be honest with you, I'd rather go ahead and call the freaking police and go ahead and turn myself in. For what, I don't know. But that's what I told my lawyer. I said, if I go back on that box, I might as well go ahead on to prison. I was on the home monitor. I couldn't walk nowhere. I couldn't go nowhere. So y'all telling me I'm on house arrest for something that's supposed to be thrown out? This how the system work? And Vanessa, you and my lawyer, y'all was the one came up with this agreement for the plea deal. Oh, well, at least you're going to be home. You're not going to be in prison. For what? It shouldn't even got this far. But y'all listen to the police officer, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, and if I got to call some news people to get them involved with this, I will now. Because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Now I got to find a way to go back up to ASAP, so I can get back on a box that the judge told me to go to ASAP so they can take it off. Look what y'all do to people's lives. And y'all supposed to be professional people. Prosecutors, lawyers, judges. Why would you tell me to go to ASAP, get them to remove it, then go to the probation officers, the office. Then going to turn around and say, oh, you got to go back up to ASAP to get it back on. And I dare you. I dare one of y'all. And he on here talking about this, and he on here talking about that. He on here too asking for help, for somebody that better understand what's happening. And if I keep my mouth shut, how I'm going to get the proper help I need? And this is really ridiculous. Going to tell me to do an Alfred plea only to turn around, I'm off the home monitor. They're going to say, well, basically, you might have 100 and something days to still serve. Y'all ain't calculate that stuff up? Y'all ain't add that up right? But just because y'all ain't do y'all job right, y'all want to put the person in the middle of it. You didn't calculate it right? Now let me go running off in my mouth in court. You know what'll happen? Y'all be ready to arrest me the moment I come out like this. Gonna sit up there, gonna do the Alfred plea to drop everything basically. This is so ridiculous. And my thing is, for what? Now, why don't you bring the two people in the court that you supposed to say that I done something to? Bring them in the court. Because that's not how Steve rolled. That's not how I roll with nobody. If you come into my housing program and if you don't have money to do things, do stuff with that you need to get done, I don't have no problem in helping you. I don't hurt people. I help people. So now my thing is, I want to go to court. Since I got to listen to y'all come up with your freaking lies about me. And the stuff that I do around the city want to make me look like I'm the bad person. So let's take it to court. Let's take it to court. I want you to prove your stuff. I want you to bring them in there so they can tell me in my face what I done to them. Nothing but help them. And that's a daggone shame, Ivan Bates, how your prosecutor rolled, bro. That's a shame. Because you running off of misinformation, and I did my best to let it go. Maybe God don't want it to go. Maybe he wanted exposed how corrupt the police are. Maybe he wanted exposed. What they did to put these charges on me with the fake police report, y'all already know I didn't do nothing to hurt nobody. Y'all know it. Because guess why? When we was in court, you said it yourself. Basically, I didn't touch him. And y'all said it. The prosecutor said it. He said it. He never once said I did anything to him. And I'm talking about my client. He never once said I did anything to him. But because I was there in the hallway and the people swung on him, I had to have something to do with it. Even though I didn't touch him. That's what they talking about. So guess what, Vanessa? The prosecutor. Let's go for it, sis. Because guess what? I'm going to put your ass out. And I'm going to put you out for how you go and you call yourself doing the research on stuff. And everything you read, basically, you read from the report. I didn't get that house until September, the key to the house until September the 20th. I didn't get the gas and electric on until at the end of the month. So what's your name didn't move into that house until October the 1st. You said August. She did not. So what you did, that was the fake police report she went and wrote on me for me to stay away from my own property. Let's go, sis. Let's go. Because you sit there, you talk the real good game. Let's go. Because she mentioned August. I didn't get the key to the house until September the 20th. The gas and electric didn't get on until around about the end of the month, October. That's when I went and got her. Brought her to that house in my truck. Her furniture and stuff, or what little clothes she had. Let's go. Matter of fact, her brother asked me to help her. Would I look like hurting her when her brother gonna ask me to help him? Help his sister. So you want to know the truth? You getting the truth now. I was sharing a lot of this last year when this stuff was happening. Gonna sit up there. The judge told me to go to ASAP and get that thing off my leg and then go to parole and probation. And I get a phone call today to come back to ASAP to get it put back on. I said, that's not how it's supposed to be. Because y'all screwed up. Y'all screwed up. And I just want everybody to know, keep playing. Keep playing. Keep playing when I'm learning certain things about what our system do to us. Keep playing and keep ignoring it. When somebody like me, which I wish I never experienced it firsthand for myself, because y'all know I'm going to talk about it. See, I'm not like a lot of y'all. I see stuff happening to our people and I just look the other way. I wished I was a coward like most people that we deal with. And I'm upset because it's a lot of stuff, and I'm going to still do it because, number one, strengthening the community is business for me to help our inner city people regain a life. So what you want me to do? Basically what y'all saying, we're going to shut him back down again. So he can't go about. So he can't help the people in Baltimore City gain a life. And if he violated, guess what? He might as well just turn himself in. And I'm looking at my complexion. Look at my complexion. Look at my complexion. And you coming at a person that helps people turn their lives around. But then again, too, y'all voted in a person that was found guilty of 34 felonies. You know his track record. But guess what? You see this? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I got work to do. So I know God gonna straighten it out. I just don't like what's going on. I don't like it. Because I think it's sad. I think it's sad when you got somebody like myself who do their best to help Baltimore City move forward, and you want to turn around and just nail me for whatever you can. And what they did was so sloppy. It was sloppy. I'm telling you, sloppy. And I told my daughter who's becoming a lawyer, I said, please stand firm on your morals, values, and principles. Please stand firm for your people. Because a lot of y'all lawyers and prosecutors and all of that stuff, y'all will sell us out quick. And it's a shame. Gonna sit up there and tell me, go over to ASAP, get that off my leg. I did an alpha plea. Get it off my leg so I can move about. Then gonna send me a message. The ASAP gonna call me and say, oh, you gotta come back up here, so we gotta put this back on you. But it's supposed to be time served. Get it straight. Then my lawyer gonna tell me to go back up there, right, so I can get it back on. The thing is, so I won't get my own self in trouble. I don't have a car. I don't have no way to get up there. And you think I'm not gonna talk about it? Even if I get it on my goddamn leg, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Because that's not what I plead guilty about. Number one, I didn't hurt nobody. Let's make that clear. Like I told my lawyer, from January the 18th, how in the world, from January the 18th, something get included in on March? And this girl moved out my housing program February the 2nd. So January the 18th, y'all gonna go back to something that me and this girl texting each other about on the phone, and they're gonna charge me with second degree assault, right? Burglary and harassment. And that's the way me and this young lady communicated. We text each other, but y'all called it harassment because that's how you played with it. All right, maybe that's God's way of saying I need to expose y'all about how y'all do stuff. I'm telling you, that's probably God's way of saying, no, I don't want you to drop that suitcase. Because number one, where the charges come from? Why would you charge a person when you know this is a housing program called Shipley? Why would you charge a person with home invasion on their rental property? Those are my rental properties in place of business. That is not an apartment. I do not do room for rent. I do not do rental agreements and all that type of stuff because there's no guarantee the person gonna stay in the program. So why would you keep them bound to a contract? And they might turn around, a month later or two and leave. I said I will explain to the police department how we do things that have like transitional houses, so y'all, or recovery programs, so you won't come in and try to instill the laws of the land on what people do with their business. It's a different process with that. I said I'll explain it to y'all to help y'all understand what's going on. No, but you want to come in, you landlord tenant. That's not what I'm the tenant. Those are my rental properties. But do you think that? Guess what? Check this out. They my rental properties, right? If I don't pay that landlord his rent, what you think he gonna do? What you think he gonna do? He gonna file eviction notice on me. Not name one of the clients in the house. He's gonna file it on me. That's why I said I will talk to the police department. I will help y'all to understand, like certain people like myself, and what I do in the community to help people put their lives together. The point is, I'm trying to make y'all make me think that y'all hate when a lot of us that's trying to help move Baltimore City forward, you want to come up against us. And the thing that hurts me for a lot of us, you don't want to sit up and fight for your own rights. But then when you take somebody like me who put his life on the line, yeah, I got children, I got grandkids. But my thing is, I want to see us do better as a whole. And I can't get y'all to support me and stand beside me when I stand up and fight for our city. Now, I was on my live earlier, right? Because I said what I'm going to do. I'm going to start picking with people because Donald Trump is president again, right? Now, guess what? Make America great again. He's talking about people doing the work to make things better. He cannot do it personally by himself. That's his goal of help telling people. That's what we do. But it's the people, the citizens that has to do the necessary work. It's not him in general. Or it wouldn't have been Kamala, however you pronounce the name, Harris. That's why y'all don't get it. Y'all better pay attention because, you know, it was at one point I wasn't paying attention to a lot of this. But I understand the process now. And the sad part about it, I feel more sorry for y'all. Because y'all looking for this one man who don't write policies, who don't write legislations, who don't write bills. He only sign them or disagree against them. What time do he have to actually sit down and write policies? He don't even really have time to read them. So you know they basically explaining everything that they wrote in there, you know, because they all sit down together. Either you're going to agree or you disagree. See how simple I said that? Either you're going to agree or you're going to disagree. Now, I'm going to have to leave out tomorrow, y'all. Because ASAP probably closing now. Run back up to ASAP. Just to get this on my leg. Guess why? Because the goddamn going courts. Food up. Food up. What was the point of me doing an Alfred plea? Then on top of that, from March the 12th, of last year, I've been on this stuff for almost 2 years. March the 12th will be another 2 years. So that's basically time served. But then you want me to go back on the box. Telling me to go back on the box for another 2 years on home monitor. For what? That's what I want to know. For what? And Vanessa, I wish I could talk to you to ask you that. For what? Because I want you to prove everything. Because you already read the stuff off. You already read that. And everything you read as far as the report wise, you already admitted that my clients have issues. mental issues. So that's the point that she had to sign up for the mental health program. I'm listening to you reading everything to let them know basically what I do in helping people to put their lives together. So you did not lie about that, sis. But you twisted to try to make me out to be a monster. That's what you was doing. But you never once said her brother was in 1629 who asked me to help his sister. So what do I look like? The brother asking me, he tell his sister about me, the great, me working with him, the Mr. Copeland this, Mr. Copeland that. But no, Mr. Copeland gonna bring his sister into the program just to turn around and harass his sister and threaten his sister with her brother right next door, got the key to both houses. You want to know the truth? Come on. Because guess what? She hit one of my clients in front of me. Come on. Let's break it down. You want to talk about me? She threatened another female that was in my housing program that was 8 months pregnant. She threatened to fight her. Come on. I got all that. Maybe that's God's way of saying, no, I want you to get the truth out. Because I was trying to leave it alone. And like I told my lawyer, it's not about me. I explained to him, this is bigger than what you see. Maybe it needs to come out. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Maybe it needs to come out. Because that's the way I'm looking at it. Maybe that's God's way of don't violate probation. I ain't even talked to the probation person yet. I just had to go sign in, Devin. How am I going to violate probation, Devin? I am don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that, because basically you make me think y'all agree with this bull junk, man, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If you see what they doing to me, imagine what they doing to people that's truly, truly innocent. Come on, please stop. I mean, I got you with what you're saying, but please stop. I haven't even talked with the probation officer yet. I went to register. Please stop acting like I'm some fucking dummy. I hate that, bro. Don't do that. Can you imagine how many other people out there that's going through certain things similar? And they can't discuss this because they don't know who to talk to? Come on, please stop thinking like that. Please stop. It just make me think people like that agree with what they do to screw us. Like you supposed to let them do this to you and just shut up. Devin, you know, Devin, I ain't do nothing to nobody. And if you know what an alpha plea is, what it's saying, you're not guilty. Understand what it is. You're saying you're not guilty. Please stop doing that if you don't understand what's going on. Because you're not helping nobody, bro. Stop doing it. We got people that's you know Dr. J do her show and everything. We had people that went to prison for stuff that they did not do. And I'm seeing this. If you can't help a person, stop harming them. Stop doing that. Because actually I'm seeing stuff that's going on with the system where they turn around and they want you to plead the stuff that you did not do. Listen to what I'm saying and stop playing. That's what I told my lawyer. I said, let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. But my thing is, if you can't help, Devin, I know you come on here as Rainbow. If you cannot help a person, stop doing it, man. Stop doing it when I come on my live to try to make me look like I'm a bad person when I put my life on the line to help our people. You don't do that. You don't do that, bro. You're not out in the streets helping our people like that. But you know a lot of people that's robbing and stealing and taking from them. I know you know that. But you want to try to make me out to be like that. No, Steve don't roll like that. My stuff is independent. I don't take people cards. I don't take people food stamps. I don't take their stuff. So please, stop getting me mixed up with the people you hang out with, since you want to be smart, because I don't like that. Gonna sit up here and tell me, right, well, if you're not guilty, why you plead? Plead of what? Guilty of what? I'm guilty of helping people? Not robbing and stealing like the people you know I know? We both know? Come on, let's keep it real. Come on, bro. No, I ain't take nothing. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to say this because you the one that deal with the people that robs, steal, and take everything from our people. You deal with them. I don't roll like that, bro. And whenever I get a property because it's the people that pays to come in. The goal is, if you show me, Devin, since you want to be smart, if you show me that you can pay $500 a month, each month, the goal is to get you into a place that's cheaper than $500. Now, since you want to talk about it, but guess what? Who going to let you stay in the program and don't charge you nothing? I don't take people money like that. It's independent. It's independent. Now, my thing is, you like to bring your child molesting little tail on here and follow behind me, bro. And I told you before, talk about yourself whenever you come on. Devin, talk about yourself, bro. Now, guess what? 500. If you show me that you can maintain 500 a month, the goal is to get you in a place, a permanent place, dummy. I'm sorry. Because I got to watch what I say. If you show me that you can maintain, that's what a transitional housing program is all about. You come on here, you try to be smart, bro. We help people. Mine's is independent. I don't do assistant living where I take all your money, your food stamps, and then turn around and try to charge the city for you too. That's not how I roll. So my thing is, if you want to come on here, make sure you talk about yourself, bro. Don't come on here and try to make me out to be a bad person. People know what I do. People know what I do. My actions speak for itself. Even Brandon Scott know what Steve Copeland do. Brandon Scott, Ivan Bates, they know what Steve Copeland all about. Catholic Charity gets money. They get funding. Mine's is independent, Devin. Catholic Charities get money. They get funding to house these people, but check it out. The goal is not to keep you. You don't know, you don't understand nothing about transitional housing, so I'm going to teach you now. Transitional housing work with homeless and less fortunate people. The goal is to bring you in, help you turn your life around. It's a temporary thing to help you restructure your life. You can't live nowhere for free. How you think people became homeless, bro? Either they became irresponsible with paying their bills and stuff, right? So you have to teach them how to be responsible again. You got some of them that have mental issues. So you have to get them to sign up for the mental health program. Not only that, you have to encourage them and motivate them to take their medication so they can go back out there and function normal. Now, is Catholic Charities doing that? Is they giving them the proper, mental health that they need? Is they helping them with workforce development programs to get them out of the situation that they in? Is Catholic Charities doing that? Because a lot of people that had programs, right, keep in mind, Their programs is not designed to help you go back out and relive your life. That's not what that's about. Let me see, can I block you? Because I don't have time. Because that's a shame, Devin. That's a shame, bro, that you come on people's stuff and you don't, encourage our people. Now you won't come on here again, bro. You won't come on here again. That's why I told Larry, watch out for you. I told Larry to watch out for you, bro, because you are registered as a sex offender. You don't need to be around his daughter. You don't need to be around dealing with nobody that deal with women and children because you are a pedophile. You are a registered pedophile. And I'm not trying to be smart. I try not to come for you, but a lot of people told me about you, and I didn't believe it until you admitted to it. So it's not to talk bad about you, bro. My thing is, if you want to come on the couch conversation, right, and you going through something, talk about yourself. You don't come on nobody's stuff and try to discredit them. You don't do that. And then you proud of yourself. But you hang out with people that you know that's robbing and stealing and taking. Mine's is independent. That means you have to come in the housing program. You have to do the necessary work to show yourself approved. So when you graduate from the program, you get the key to your affordable house. So stop it. I didn't put people in houses too. Me, Claudia, and Chef. Understand, this is nothing new to me. We've been doing this for a while. It's just that I started my own. And I don't have to rob and steal and take from nobody. Because guess what? Your money is your money. Your food stamps is your food stamps. If you go out there and you sell your food stamps and stuff and say like in the housing program, we get donations. But if you want to go to market and get extra stuff, that's what you can do. I can say that's your responsibility. So if you don't know nothing about housing programs, bro, my thing is just be quiet. Then I got you blocked. I just seen how to block you from coming on here. Because I don't need you to do that, bro. We got too many people out there that's looking for help. And I don't need you to come on here with that negative bull junk. Come on. When we trying to help people and motivate people and encourage people. But you want to come on here and you want to try to make me, which I speak out for people. That's what community activist does. You want to always try to turn stuff around, man, to suit your own bull crap, bro. Stop doing that. I ain't got to do this, to be honest. That's because God laid it on my spirit. So all of y'all that feel like what I'm doing is wrong, I'm by profession. I am a truck driver. That's what I retired from, trucking. I am a truck driver by profession. I became a community activist some years ago to help our people in Baltimore City. Now, and if that's not you, it's okay. Because I understand when you out there and you on the forefront, right? I understand that you putting your life on the line. So if that's not you, that's understandable. Some of us just want to see our people, be successful and move forward in life. Come on. And that's not for everybody. So if God didn't lay that type of stuff on your spirit to do to help his people move forward, that's understandable. Church members, all that. I can't get mad at you. Because God called me to go back out and help the people like Jesus Christ did when he was on this earth. What the apostles did when they was on this earth. That's all a lot of us that's in the community doing. You don't hear me over here and the Lord said, no, you don't hear me doing that because I'm in the community. I'm out. winning souls towards the body of Christ. If it's no more than helping people to live a more productive way of life, a lot of people don't know where programs are at. You know, where they can go and like sign up for for like low income housing, for food stamps, because they might have cut their stamps, for medical assistance. A lot of them don't know that there are programs out there where you can take your children to help them, you know, with music. You might have a daughter or son in the house that can sing very well or act very well. They want to get into acting. They want to get into educational programs. A lot of them don't know where they are at to go and sign their children up for that. So now you got me with the big mouth, right? So I'm on here and I might talk about certain programs where you might not be aware of, so that now you'll know. That's all I do. And you want to fault me for that? Come on. Stop playing, bro. You can't wait to see my thing come on to say that I'm on, so you can come on because you follow me everywhere. That's a shame. That's a shame. And see, check this out. The thing is, I know what I do. Excuse me, y'all. As a man of God, I know what I do, and whatever I say out my mouth, my actions shows it as well. As far as, you know, doing what I can to help us around the city, my actions, my action matches my talk. That's what y'all fail to see. My actions. That's what I learned. People watch us. People watch what we do. You know the old saying, actions speak louder than words? You know the old saying? Huh? You know the old saying? That my actions speak louder than words. And that's what I had to learn. My children watch their father. I ain't out there fighting on nobody. I ain't out there beating on nobody. I'm not out there robbing nobody. My kids watch me. And I learned that a long time ago when I used to tell Steve, like, he used to come in the house and throw his book bags all on the floor and stuff like that. I'd be like, man, pick that stuff up, blah, blah, blah. You don't see me doing that. And be honest, he didn't. So basically, I had to show my kids, not as much as talk about things, but I had to show it in my actions. Now, when I sit up here and I talk about the Couch Conversation show, right? When I sit up here and I talk about the Couch Conversation show and I talk about the Teen Talk show, the whole goal with all of that is to, like, I come on here and I talk about situations, life on life terms stuff, keeping it real. Why would I have a topic or a title, the Couch Conversation, keeping it real, right? But then come on here and want to keep it lying. The Couch Conversation show, keeping it real with Steve Copeland, but Steve Copeland's gonna come on here and his topic gonna be keeping it lying with Steve Copeland. That's not how Steve wrote. That's not how Steve wrote. But if that's how you roll, it's okay. Now, this is my broadcast network, and it's about the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Understand your First Amendment rights, okay? I'm not the only one in Baltimore City, around the world, that's going through what he's going through. When I text my lawyer, I said, from what I see on the paperwork, it's a mistake that the clerk might have made because the prosecutor did not have her stuff in order. One minute she's saying this, the next minute she's saying that. The judge told her, Miss, I don't know nothing about this case. The only thing I'm here for is the plea deal. You and the lawyer is the ones that put this together. It was like she was going back on her own stuff. I'm talking about the prosecutor, and I'm watching her. And I'm like, this woman is sloppy is all outdoors. She's sloppy. She was sitting up there talking about the stuff that she had was making it seem like somebody else put that together, but that was the person that's supposed to put it together. I'm like, you is so sloppy, and the thing is, check it out. I know the truth, and the other two people know the truth. The officer lied to y'all. It was the officer and the detective. That's why it's so confusing. And I know my lawyer probably looking at it, looking at me right here. Because he even said it himself. He understand the truth. He know what's going on. But it's the prosecutor with the poor information that she was fed. That's what I'm frustrated about. Rather than you looking at it and saying, you know what? The police report and this report right here, it don't go together. The boy never once said I did anything to him. The point was, I was right there. That's just like if you go out there and it's three of y'all and one of your friends shoots somebody. You didn't shoot the person. You ain't had nothing to do with nothing, but because you was with them, you was just as guilty as them. Even though you didn't do it. So my thing is, if you know I didn't do it, then why in the heck you want to accuse me of doing it? Even though I didn't do it. Because you was right there. So, let me say this. I helped Ivan Bates twice. When he first ran for state's attorney, I supported him. When he ran the second time for state's attorney. So, guilty by association? Huh? You want to do that one, Mr. Prosecutor? Guilty by association? He wasn't there, but I knew him. Y'all like to play them games. But see, and I'm telling y'all, look, I am not a lawyer. A lot of this stuff is freaking common sense. I'm sitting there listening to this woman, right, because she's in the court. So you know, certain people, like Christians, see, we can talk about Christ. We speak the same language. But if you're not there on that level where we at, and we might talk about scripture, we might talk about Christ, and it sound foreign to you because you're not, you don't really, you can't relate. So that was my point of getting a lawyer, because I could speak for myself. But then I realized that's not your arena, Steve. Shut up and find somebody that know that language. That was the point of hiring Brad McPhee. He's a defense attorney. He deal with cases, murder cases and stuff like that. Mine's is nothing like that. They try to offer me more time for this bull junk than they do people that commit homicides. I'm like, what in the world? Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Now, I'm telling you what I'm saying on a personal note. I'm seeing it for myself. And y'all know me. I want to call you out. I want to call you out on your bull jump. But I prayed, y'all. I prayed and I'm like, God, please help me because I realized that it is what it is, what it is. I'm telling y'all. But I'm looking at how so many people, I'm looking at it, how so many people get screwed. And you can be innocent is all outdoors. They know the truth of you being innocent and they will flip it and justify it. I listen to that. I'm like, wow, you're really a good freaking liar. Will twist the truth to make it look bad in a negative way. And I watched her. I listened to her talk real good about what he do, but then flipped it. I was like, wow. So really, Miss Prosecutor, you real good at being a freaking liar. You're good at it. I watched you, sis. See, I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't tell them actually who Steve Copeland is and what Steve Copeland actually do. That's why I tell people if you want to know about Steve Copeland, Google me. Google me. My action speaks for itself. When it comes to, trying to fight back against the laws or the stuff that they set us up for to take each other out. And I'm out there, doing this and doing that, trying to encourage my young men and our ex-offenders and coming up with dealing with people that have programs that they can get into where they don't really have to come out their pockets and pay for, right? And that's what I do, communicate. I really would like to know who in the freak is blocking me from actually doing what I feel like, well, not what I feel like, what God called me to do. But guess what? You can't touch that. You can't touch it. But my lawyer did send me something to say, go ahead on back up there and get it put back on until we straighten this out. Now, see, I don't want that. I felt like I was enslaved. I didn't have that freedom to go and come as I please. Do y'all really understand what I'm talking about? I don't have that freedom to go and, enjoy outside. Like if I want to take a walk, maybe 2 miles away. I'm just saying. Because they want to be able to control you and dictate your movements. Y'all don't get it. Well, at least you home. Am I? Am I really home? And I would hate for somebody innocent, somebody else, to experience what I'm talking about, to say, man, I know what Copeland was talking about. Because guess what? Understanding the Innocent Project and understanding some of the guys that comes on Lady J's show and they've been locked up for 20, 30 years for stuff that they didn't do. It starts with the police report. It starts with the fake charges. And then they have to find ways and means to make this stuff stick, even though it's a big lie. They gotta find ways to make it stick. So it's not about Steve Copeland, y'all. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at people, period, who been accused of stuff that they didn't do and spent time behind bars, or they in prison now for stuff that they didn't do. The man gave me my card, told me to call this lady tomorrow, the probation officer, blah blah blah, right? It's 3 years they want me to do on here. I said good. I said I don't have no problem with that. Know why? Now I understand their process in working with people that's on parole and probation. So now I'll get a first-hand experience on how they deal with people. What's their process? What do they do with people? Because that's what me and Marlo doing. So now I get to understand the system for myself, behind the scenes stuff. So I know everything have a purpose. I might not like it. I just don't like the fact that, I'm free, but y'all still trying to find a way to keep me like enslaved. And guess what? If I go to court and I tell the judge that, if I tell anybody else that, then guess what? That might not be your real intention. But if I say it, you'd be surprised, because it's like, oh, you see what we're really trying to do? Because a lot of y'all are afraid to speak out for yourself. And that's not how I want us to be, y'all. I want us to be able to feel free to talk about where we at and what's going on with us. I can't see. All right, my 45 minutes. I'm just a little I'm disappointed. I'm a little frustrated because it's sloppy. It's sloppy. And please stop, because I'll come on the Couch Conversation show and I share with y'all certain things that I'm seeing. And a lot of y'all, oh, I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't say that. Stop. Stop. That's why they screwing us the way they screwing us. I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't say that. Please stop, y'all. Please. I don't know what else to say. Please stop. Please. That's why they do us the way they do. And I'm not going to let y'all, God, look. When I left my friend housing program, I watched how God shut that door to open up this beautiful door. I might not like what I'm saying right now, but I know everything have its purpose. Everything have a reason for it. I don't have to always like it. But anytime I open up my mouth to talk about any and everything, somebody somewhere needed to hear that. So if you want to put your hands on it, I wouldn't say this, I wouldn't say that. Somebody, I learned this from being in Narcotics Anonymous in the 12-step spiritual program. When we talk about certain things, our experience, strengths, and hopes, we don't know who need to hear what comes out of our mouth. To say, oh, you going through the same things too? Or I've been there too. Message that person, tell them, oh, give me a call. This is what you can do to resolve that. This is what you'll never know unless that person open up their mouth. Right? That's what the Couch Conversation is about. The truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. If I don't come on and tell and share the truth, then I'm telling a freaking lie. So what am I going to be? Am I going to be the type of person that represent the truth? Or am I going to be the type of person that represents the lies? And deep down in my heart and my spirit, I try to represent the truth. So help me God. And I'm going to share this too, because it's been an hour now. If I feel like I need to come back on my talk show later, I will come back on later. If I feel like I need to go on live on Twitter, I will go live. Sometimes I don't want to come on. I don't want to talk about certain things. I want to do it at my regular scheduled time, like from 4 to 4:45. I want to share stuff, to encourage and motivate our people. But one thing I do understand, whenever somebody talk, I try not to listen too much here. I try to feel you spirit wise, because you could be sharing a message from God to me. And I'll be like, oops, I got it now. And there's nothing wrong with that. So everything, I'm starting to understand a little bit more now. That because I'm on social media a lot, everything is not for social media. And I understand that. But guess what? I feel like this is a gateway as far as letting that stress out, we never know. Now, check this out. We got a ramp to come up into the house, right? The program. It's an elevator inside. If I don't share this type of stuff with y'all, say like you got somebody that's handicapped, somebody in a wheelchair who's looking for somewhere to go. If I don't share this with y'all, then how would they know? Not only that, I'm sitting up here thinking like this, right? Not just that the first floor, we might can house them on the first floor, the ones that's like disabled. We can house them on the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. But we might want to house them on the first floor, the ones that's, disabled. Then on top of that, those are the ones that probably go into their own private room. But then you might have 3 guys in another room, because there's 3 beds in that room and there's 2 beds in that room. But the goal with that is for them to help that one that's disabled too. So this is stuff me and Marla will be sitting down talking about. Because the goal is to provide the service for the men. Now, my office will be right up front as you come through the door. Because I will be dealing with the women and children. So they can't go but so far once they come in the building. So right there is their limit. And guess what? If I don't do it over there, they're welcome to come here, because I have an office downstairs. Because we don't want to, we want to be safe. Because that building is basically for men only. But we will have females in there that will be working with them. Those the ones that's contracted to come in. They will have offices right there as well. It will be a little medical center right there as well, to draw your blood and take your urine and stuff like that. Our goal is helping people turn their lives around and move in a more healthier and positive way. Guess what? Being in a housing program, it's no limit to it. So it's like assisted living, too. It's no limit. But then you're going to have some that's going to come in, they're going to do the necessary work, they're going to do all the right things, where they graduate from that program, and they're going to need a permanent housing program or get into permanent housing. Because once you get into your permanent housing, we ain't got nothing else to do with that. That means we got you somewhere where you can pay the affordable amount of rent with the gas, electric, and all of that. Because the goal is not to overburden you with whatever income you get. That's where the transitional housing part come in at, to transition you out of it into your permanent. Now, guess what? If you come into the program and you decide 2 months later, oh, I ain't gonna do this no more. I ain't doing it. You ain't hurting us because you decide you don't want to keep doing the necessary work on yourself to move on. You stunning your growth, not us. And that's something I'm gonna make clear to all the men and all the women that come into the housing program. You can come in here 2-3 months later, which prayerfully it won't take you that long to move into your permanent place. But if you come in and you decide to drag your feet, or you decide to talk back and you decide I ain't gonna keep doing this night, that's you. Listen to what I'm saying. If you decide, man, please, they probably closed now. I'm gonna have to go tomorrow. Up to ASAP. I don't know, man. I was just listening to my lawyer. But look, um, she'll call me back. Cause I told her I had to go down. She'll call me back. And see y'all. I'm trying to watch it. Cause they pissing me off because this is not. I'm not supposed to be going through this. I'm not. And see, I'm ready to call Mackenzie Frost and tell her I need you. I need you to come over here and so I can tell you what's going on. See, and I'm trying to be cool, y'all. I'm trying my best. I feel like somebody trying to shut me down again. I do. I'm gonna talk with my lawyer and I'm gonna tell him we need to just clear this up. We need to clean it up because is that the right time? 3:45. Now, see, I have to call my son, get my son to come around here and try to run me up there. And guess what? They're gonna offer me paper to sign and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna tell them I ain't signing nothing. Just put the box on me. I ain't signing nothing because number one, y'all took it off me. Y'all took me out the system. ASAP. I done deleted that thing that you signed in on. I done deleted all that stuff. So now I gotta go put it back in. I done deleted all that stuff. I'm gonna tell him keep that mess. So he not complying. You make up your goddamn mind. The judge told me go up there, get it off my legs so I can go over to the parole and probation. I know a lot of y'all happy too. I'm glad he's going through this. I'm glad he's going through that. And that's sad. I wouldn't even want none of y'all to go through this bull junk. I'm saying. Because it messes with you mentally, emotionally, and the sad part about it, when you know you didn't do nothing wrong to hurt nobody. These are clients, y'all. These are clients. Y'all seen the video of the brother and the sister, right? How they was treating me that day. She left the program ran about February the 2nd, because I asked her how long did she need to get herself together to move, because her husband had came home from prison. She said she needed till February the 2nd. Now, it's me and her texting each other, and that's how me and her communicated all the time anyway. She would text me, I would text her at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because we would text each other because she was going through something about her son passing away, then her daughter. Then we would talk a little about business and stuff like that. So we always text each other. That they took it out of context as far as calling it harassment, right? But they never asked me. They never talked to me about anything. I'm talking about the courts. To say, Mr. Copeland, did you do this? Did you do that, Mr. Copeland? Or for Mr. Copeland to explain who Mr. Copeland really is. So you know I'm guilty. Until I'm still guilty. It ain't guilty until proven innocent. It's guilty. Or innocent until proven guilty. No, hell no. It's guilty. No matter what, you guilty. Until you show us something different. Well, that's all you got to do is Google me. Tell you everything about Steve. You ain't Google me? Stacey Turner, you didn't Google me? My walk speaks for itself. She even called herself reading off the thing that Kelly Vaughn did when we was in Middle River. I looked over at her. I wanted to tell her so bad. Like, you know I'm a protester, right? I went down there to help out the black community. But because of what was going on, I was accused of certain things. When I told them, I said, if y'all want me to help y'all as a protester, myself, as a person that go and do rallies, you go, you make your point, then you leave. You don't plant yourself there. You go, you make your point, and then you leave. That's what protests and rallies are about. How do I know? Because that's what we do at Communities United. How do I know? That's what ACLU. How do I know? That's what the NAACP does. You go, you make your point, and then you move on. But with the NAACP, you know, they have lawyers and such where they could sue certain things, you know, file lawsuits and stuff. That's when Ben Crump might step in and all this type of stuff. Guess what? I'm only sharing with y'all the little information I had to learn. So, I don't know, I'm gonna have to find a way to get up to ASAP tomorrow. And when they tell me I'm gonna have to sign this, I'm gonna have to sign it. I'm gonna say no. You call the prosecutor and tell her come up here and sign. Cause guess what? As soon as they get it straightened out, now I'm gonna have to go back up there. Cause they want to keep me tied up in their bull junk. November the 6th. What time is it? It's 4:45. Why I got 3:45? November the 6th. How can I change that time? Time went forward because this say 3:45 and my tablet says 4:46 now. I don't even have, I can say I don't even have no papers. Like the court order papers. Like what you can do, what you cannot do. I wonder if they gonna put paper back together for me and everything. That type of paperwork that they had before. Look at this, y'all. I need to get off of here because it's been an hour and 15 minutes. But look at this. Look how they got me caught up in their bull jump. Look how they got me caught up in their bull jump. I want to tell them so bad. Y'all are the sloppiest bunch of people I ever met. I've seen in my life. It is horrible. I'm talking about the judicial system. It is horrible. I don't know. Maybe this is God's way because I was gonna back up. Somebody asked me the other day, talking about, "Is you still gonna file a lawsuit?" And I was telling him, I said, I'm gonna just let it go. And maybe I need to expose some stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But I tell y'all this much: you talking about the enemy is busy, and y'all do not hear me say that a lot. But the enemy is busy. But I know God has some awesome things in store for us, as far as us who doing what we do to embrace the people and move the city forward. I want to put some people on blast, not in a negative way. I just want to, because I look, because y'all have a tendency, y'all make me feel like I'm unprofessional, and I'm watching the sloppiness that goes on. It is sloppy, and God allowed me to see it like the other, like what was it? No, not Monday, but Friday when I was on this live for the court thing. It was like none of the lawyers was prepared. I'm like, what the freak is they doing? You knew you had to come to court about such and such and such, but they on the Zooms, so you hearing them and you watching them, and it's like to me they was taking people's lives for granted. I was like, wow. And I'm not a lawyer to that degree, because when you speak out, that's what they call us, basically, community activists. We're lawyers. We just not certified or licensed, stuff like that, right? But we just speak out. We represent the people. So, and I'm like, whenever I'm called to do something, I just read a little bit up on, because we know the issue. We already know what the issue is. The problem is, but it's the solution. So once you identify with the problem, it's like, okay, what can we do to slow certain things down? To slow certain things down, right? Or to help it just stop. Some things you're just not gonna stop. So it's understanding the difference with all that. So you make your case. You prepare for your case. Just enough to get that point across. And I ain't lying, I'm good with that. But when it comes to the deep understanding the laws and all that, like a lawyer might do, that's fighting like against criminal laws and all this type of stuff, and you kind of know you know what you know what it's all about. See, I don't search that deep. I just search enough to come in there and make my point and like bang, because I gotta keep it simple. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. Thank y'all. I just kind of got a little, I got a little frustrated, and it felt so good to walk yesterday, and that freedom that I felt, and I'm gonna talk about it, right? I'm gonna talk about just what happened, and I'm gonna talk about how, just how society, how things is as a whole, you know, um, from what I see with my own two eyes, my set of my eyes. I just still think it's sad, y'all. And it's not about me. I'm talking about me, but it's not about me. I can imagine how many hundreds of thousands of other people, melanated men, that's going through. I'm truly grateful. Um, I still got work to do, and I'm talking about going to this building, helping to get stuff in order. We need volunteers because we need people to come in, help us clean out these office spaces, set them up for the contractors to come in, to put, the psychiatrists, the therapists, the counselors, to come in that will be, taking care of people. Um, we need overseers. So if you home and you're not really doing too much and you want to come out to get involved in some things just to have some time to kill, come on. Come on. You know, I mean, I was blown away. I was blown away walking around. He gave me these keys right to each apartment, so I would go in there and I'm just looking and I'm just looking, and it's like that one apartment that y'all see me walking in. One room got like 3 beds, another room got 2 beds, another room got like 1 bed, then another room might have about 2 or 3 beds, and that's just in that one spot. So it was designed to be a community center, a housing project, community type center. I don't know what happened that they end up shutting it down, but it's back open now. And just going around and some of the, oh, it was just so beautiful. I was blown away. I was blown away. And the reason why I'm saying it was so beautiful, right? Because I wouldn't mind myself living there, you know. So I know whoever come into our housing program, as far as your space where you'll be sleeping at, excuse me, y'all, where you'll be laying at or housed at, it's going to be nice. I'm just hoping that the clients can get along together without all that fussing and fighting and stuff like that, because certain things we just not going to tolerate. And I would hate to see something happen and you would be escorted from the building or you would end up going to prison. So change is a must. It's a very, 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 very must. So if you got anger issues, you have mental issues, you got drug and alcohol addiction, we're going to have programs there, but I don't think we're going to house people if you need to go into a recovery type program, because this is more like independent, you know. So I'm gonna feed y'all as much as I can. The more me and Marlo sit down and talk about things and how we're going to work with this here and work with that there, and not just us. It will be the team of people that we're working with as well, because we all have to unify. You know, no matter what, we have to come together. So my thing is, I don't know how long this might be as far as the situation with me, but either way, I'm gonna try to fix it where I can go out for 8 hours at least and back home, like I'm going to a regular job and then back home. But I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna talk about your bull junk. I'm gonna talk about your sloppiness. I'm gonna talk about this. And see, what I was trying not to do, I want to stay more in a positive space, you know, but I want to keep it real. I don't want to lose me for nobody because, oh, I will watch what I say because I don't want this person to be mad and that person. I ain't got time for that, y'all, because it's not about me. It's not. It's not. And I'm just looking at the people that need us the most, you know, the men, the women, the children. I'm just looking at a lot of people don't know where information is at towards like what type of program where I might can be a truck driver, who's willing to work with me, you know. If I'm a felon, if I'm a felon, now they better change the laws because it's supposed to be changed too. where a person can get a job and won't be judged according to their criminal background. Because that's what y'all did when y'all voted Trump in. You know, so don't sit back and badmouth people with felonies and all this type of stuff and your ex-offenders. Don't do it when you turned around and put somebody in position. It's going to cause a lot of contradiction. It's going to cause a lot of chaos and confusion as far as arguments when it comes to certain things, probably even in the courts. But guess what? Y'all did it. So a lot of people might use that against, to fight for their rights, because they might feel like, well, if he was able to do certain things, then why can't I? So